What do people do? To what extent do they go to fight an election in India? They spend money, they use influence, they bend rules. Sometimes they even commit crimes. But the next story crosses a line very few can even imagine. In Maharashtra's Nanded district, a man murdered his own daughter, not in rage, not in desperation, but to qualify for an election. A 28-year-old man, a barber by profession, dreamed of becoming a Sarpanch of his village. The Panchayat elections were due in June. He believed he could win, but one rule stood in his way. Under the Maharashtra Panchayat Raj Act, candidates must have only 2 children. This man had 3, a son and twin daughters. You can only imagine who he would sacrifice, right? So instead of abandoning his ambition, he chose to abandon humanity altogether. Police are saying that this man, along with his friend Ganesh Shinde, plotted to eliminate one of his own children. It was 6-year-old Prachi, the elder of the twins, who became the target. Adoption was discussed but ruled out because her birth certificate already existed. So the solution they chose really was to murder their own child. So what did this Sarpanch aspirant do? He took his daughter Prachi on a motorcycle to Telangana's Nizamabad district, apparently pushed her into a canal with his own hands and fled, hoping that it would look like an accident. Locals heard it, the splash, rushed to the spot, but by then the damage was already done. The child had died. Before she could have been rescued, anything could have been done really. But the plan to make it look like an accident, that failed. The father currently is behind bars, booked for murder and conspiracy. Even the sitting village head has been arrested for alleged involvement in the crime. He apparently guided him. They found a trace of messages where they are plotting the whole scheme, what to do, thinking about how to actually manage this whole thing. But this entire episode, it begs to ask a question. What kind of politics turns a father into a killer of his own child? How does this happen? Why is this happening in a country like ours, where we hold family, integrity, morals to such high grounds? Before we move on further on this story, if you are tuning in live or any of our platforms and watching this, you have a comment, please do send us that. Meanwhile, let me cut across to my colleague Abdul Bashir, who joins us for more on this. Abdul, I don't have words. I can't believe a father for an election of a Sarpanch is willing today in our country to, push his own child into death. What more do we know about him? Is he mentally sick? What about the family? Did the wife not protest?
Very.
What happened here?
Well, the basic information that we get is this man, namely Panduranga, he has been alleged of murdering his own daughter just to fight an election or get away with a 2-children or a 2-child norm that was set up in Maharashtra. Now, he has bought his daughter, who was very much, keen on going on tours, traveling with her father, going out districts. She was very much interested in moving out. In a similar manner, he took her along, moved out from the state of Maharashtra towards Telangana. In Nizamabad is where he bought her. In Nizamabad district's Sagar, the Nizamabad canal near Edapalli is where he bought her and then pushed her into the canal, is what the preliminary investigation say. Well, after the body of this girl was found, an investigation was launched. And during the probe, it was found out that this man, Panduranga, had plotted this murder. He himself bought the child on his vehicle towards Nizamabad, and he himself committed this crime. In while investigation was also found that the sitting Sarpanch, Ganesh Shinde, was the one who has given this idea, or who was the one who had discussed with him regarding this particular action. Now here, the police have arrested both Panduranga and Ganesh Shinde for murdering this child who has she had been found dead in that particular canal then,
Yeah,
and then investigation was done,
sure.
and now they are behind the bars. Now this is a straight question that is put forward: what extent can a family of a father go just to fight an election of Sarpanch, where the three among the three daughters, one has been killed just to be eligible to contest a Sarpanch election. Now, one
All
girl
right.
who has been lost, the police here investigated the matter and put out all the shocking details that have come up after this particular incident. Over to you.
All right, Abdul, thanks so much for bringing us that story.